I was watching, I don't know if you've been told this way, but Mark Commode's just done this series and he spoke about the heist movies on his Secrets of Cinema and about this kind of lure that we all have to watch heist movies and these characters. I mean, for you as filmmakers and as actors, what do you think the lure is of the heist movies that people keep coming back to this kind of story?
Well, they have a very tidy structure: planning, execution, fallout. So from a dramatic point of view, there's a given structure. You can change all that order around. So that's always appealing when you've got something that feels it has 3 acts to it, essentially. But also, in a more human level, it's I don't know why we like to see other people stealing things from each other, but we do.
We have a long history of stealing things from other people in this country.
We certainly do.
Maybe it's that.
Countries, for example.
Treasure.
Go to the British Museum.
I was just going to ask you about the cast. I mean, it's a who's who of British talent, and Charlie. I mean, to have this array of talent must have been fantastic. I mean, Charlie, for you as an actor, I can imagine these people were people that you watched growing up, particularly.
Yeah,
Sir Michael Caine and
all my heroes.
All those guys. What was it like being amongst them? Because there's all of you pretty much in scenes together.
Yeah, look, I've never looked more forward to coming to work every day. It was such an honour to be invited to come and work with these guys, and as I've said to these guys many times, it'll likely be the highlight of my life, my career.
Yeah. How early into the process did you?
Well, I only knew Charlie. I'm too young to know the others. So I was thrilled.
Were they names that you wanted sort of straight away? Because I think Michael Caine, you already kind of had part
We
of the
met
process
Michael early on, before we actually embarked on the script, and had a lunch with him, and he was waiting for the call, I think, and sort of pretty much signed up for the project before we'd written anything based on that encounter. And when you think about the actors and what they'd done, the first scene I had to shoot in the whole film was them in the changing room taking all their clothes off, getting out of their comical escape suits and into their proper suits, and so that's all the cast in their underwear. Day one, shot one, which was a bit daunting the night before, thinking, oh my God, I've got to make all these legends take their clothes off and act in a sort of, but it went like a dream, that first. And it was like working with an old jazz band.
Yeah.
They kind of there's a sort of music they created together that you just didn't want to interrupt or interfere with, just let them be. Without those kind of actors, and I worked with Charlie before, so I knew that he'd be a really good part of that kind of ensemble. And it was actually, every day was surprisingly fun to shoot, and most films aren't, to be honest, but this one was.
I can imagine with those 6 or 7, that they're very improvisational in the sense that they have the script, but because of the way that they are together, that you can kind of riff off each other. And I guess it was the same for you, that they're so kind of in tuned in the movie together.
Well, you do that. If the script is good, you can do that. If it's not good, you can't do that. That's my sort of rule, as it were. And there were offerings often from the actors, but taking ideas that Joe had already put in there and just making them more explicit sometimes, or banter. That everyone got into that idea. Michael did it.
There's surprisingly good stuff in there.
Yeah, and there's some really funny stuff
that I thought I'd written.
Well, you can,
because it was good.
Take credit for it.
There's a scene at the end.
Yeah, I will, don't worry.
Michael and Tom did a great improv at the end of a scene in the kitchen where Tom his role is to basically bullshit Michael throughout the film, and he does it very well. And they have an exchange at the end of that scene that's really funny, that they both improvised, and I was surprised.
That's when he says, "I can only tell it as I see it."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I always wondered about that. I thought, I'm sure I didn't write that.
Not as it is.
People love that line as well, don't they? For some reason.
I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but the end of the film in Margate with me and with Michael and I, there's a scene where we're walking around the corner. We've said our last line and we're just walking away. And Michael, on on the final take or whatever, said, "Let's get something to eat. What do you want to eat?" And the camera's just rolling, so they didn't end up in the movie. And I said, and I didn't know what to say, and I kind of went, because we're by the seaside, I like oysters. And as quick as you like, Michael looked up, and there was a bar called Hoy.
Yeah.
The Hoy bar. And Michael goes, "Oh, there you go, oysters."
Yeah, he's quick. He is quick, isn't he?
He's quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just finally, before I wrap up, I have to be very, very rude to you two, because I've just watched the teaser trailer for Daredevil season 3
cool.
in the office next door. Very, very dark.
I haven't seen
as the show. You haven't seen it?
No,
It's
it must have just come
you
out.
in a confessional talking about
I'm always in the
Matt
confessional,
Murdock and everything else. But I just wanted to just very briefly ask about, because it's just come out, about what we can expect from season 3, because it's a dark show as it is, but this seems like it's going pretty dark in this one, because he's been through a lot in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I don't know how much I can talk about it yet.
I know, it's always a thing with Marvel, isn't it?
I haven't been given the license to do that. It's dark. It's dark, and you know, it's for the comic book fans out there. You know, it kind of plays off certain ideas and tones from the Born Again series, which is very exciting to me because obviously it's one of my favourites. But yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too. Listen, guys, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Enjoyed the movie so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,